So it's always weird for me, like starting one of these videos. It's not like something I do, or something like I want something to come out of my videos other than maybe like hopefully like hitting one person. And it's weird, like for some reason I went on my YouTube, and ever since my withdrawal videos, I didn't make any videos after that. I don't know why. I just didn't. It was more like focusing on myself and, starting this journey in sobriety. But then the other day, I went to go look at my videos. It was for something so stupid, and it was because ever since I moved up to New York, everybody's like, you lost your Jersey accent. So I was like watching these videos, and it brought me back to like what was going on for me then. And I have been sober since those videos, almost 18 months now. I do it with a 12-step program in my life. That's what I gotta give credit to, my higher power and this 12-step program for giving me a life back, or not even a life back, giving me a life. I never had a life like that I was happy and content with, and like I thought I knew myself, which I didn't at all. But when I was looking at this video, I realized that, I never really checked in on the comments, which I apologize. I would once in a while. Like I said, I'm not like, a YouTuber or like, someone that posts videos or really wanted to like gain anything other than just putting the message out there of something that I was going through, because I saw a video when I was withdrawing, and it helped me. It gave me hope. But I started looking at comments, and like some of them were pretty recent, and I kind of felt shitty that like I didn't, keep anybody in the loop or like let anybody know of like the progress or what happened. And today, unfortunately, I had to say goodbye to one of my really, really good friends that died because of this disease. Yesterday was his wake, and today was his funeral. So I thought it was a weird combination of like I just got a message on my, on YouTube saying that someone messaged me on this video, and like I just saw it like last week, and I was thinking about it, and then today having to like say goodbye to, one of my close friends. Like, this disease takes a lot of people that we know, especially for people like me that has been in and out of rehabs. You get to know a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life, and you lose a lot of them, unfortunately. And the past couple of months, I've, lost a lot. But this one, like, hit my direct circle of friends. And it was my best friend's boyfriend and one of my good friends. And, it shows us that, like, I don't know what it shows us, to be completely honest. I got to a point in my life where I was sick and tired of being a slave to anything, any type of drug. And hey, people that are on, prescriptions for mental health, more power to you. Take care of that. This is a very powerful disease, mind, body, and soul, and we have to remember that. So taking care of our mental health is a very big part in it. I thought I was going to be crazy once I got sober. I've been diagnosed for so many years for mental health issues. And like in my other video, I'm not a doctor. Don't stop taking your meds because this is my experience. But I've always said, for someone, like, I truly, like, I went through mood swings because of all the drugs I was doing, and went through highs and lows and depressions because I was just on a friggin' 2-week crack binge, and I'm coming down, and obviously I'm going to be depressed, I'm going to be crying, I'm going to, I'm dope sick and homeless, I've been through these things, and it's just, like, going through, like, to so many psychiatrists, they've tried to, diagnose me with the famous bipolar, with rapid mood swings, because I never had highs, and I never had real bad lows. It was always kind of, like, in between. And I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And for someone, that's never been diagnosed, breathing a sober breath, it was hard for me to embrace sobriety in the beginning because I thought like I was going to end up in the crazy house. And through a 12-step program, in a higher power, and practicing principles in my life have given me peace and serenity and love and hope and tolerance, and I've never been happier. I didn't let on to anybody in the beginning of or any of my withdrawal videos, but I'm a mother of a 10-year-old, and it started. I'm also a really bad alcoholic, along with a heroin addict, and basically anything you'd put in front of me. But drinking was really, really rough for me, and my daughter got taken away about 2.5 years ago, and even that didn't get me sober. I still went on a little bit of a run, a big run. It's when you get to a point of I tried everything else. I tried the weed maintenance. I tried just benzos. I tried just drinking on the weekends. I just tried smoking crack once a week. Or I tried, the 3-day rule. You only shoot dope for 2 days, and the next day, like, stupid shit, But I couldn't, like, I had to get to a point where I was dead inside. There was no soul in me whatsoever. And, that's the only reason why I didn't go through, like, a detox, which I do recommend, to people that are withdrawing off of anything. But, like, I was just, like, I didn't want to have to wait to get into a rehab. Because then that just meant that I was going to have to keep using until I got into a rehab. And then maybe what if I didn't make it into rehab? What if I changed my mind? So I was at the point where I was just, like, done. I was disgusted with myself. I had no hope, and I was like, you know what? Like, let me give myself one more shot. And I'm happy I did. August 14, 2017 is my sobriety date. And it's like the most amazing gift that you can get out of sobriety and being in recovery is like sense of peace and like knowing everything's going to be okay. Knowing that you could deal with everything, anything that comes in your way. I don't have my daughter back yet. And that's okay. I don't have a brand new car. It's not like about like the materialistic. Like, yeah, I have things I didn't have before. I have a stable job, and yes, I do have a car. It's my little hoopty, but it's my hoopty. I got my license back. I pay my own car insurance. I paid my own rent. I'm things that I'll say am proud of is like things that like normal people, the normies, would be like, wow, that's what you're supposed to do at 27 years old. And it's like, no, like it took me a while to like grow up. I have this disease that affects me mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I had to work on all those 3 things. And in that process, God has given me a life beyond my wildest dreams. And but it's like that stuff doesn't matter, I know that, like, if my car breaks down right now, it's going to suck and I'm going to be pissed, but, like, it's okay, I had to watch my best friend that just lost her boyfriend a couple days ago, like, use and drink, and, it's horrible, to have to think that there's no other way than to use to cope with your feelings, I don't have to use today over certain things. I don't have to, go back to the way I live, I have a choice today. You know, the obsession to drink and to use has been lifted. And that's only because I have a program in my life and I have a higher power. And I keep in touch with him spiritually. I'm sitting in church today. It was kind of weird. I know I'm all over the place, but whatever. I'm sitting in church today at the funeral, and I pray to God. You know, it's just the word I use. I have no hatred towards, God, Jesus. I'm not a religious person whatsoever. I was brought up Catholic. It's just not something I choose to take part in. I don't know. And when I pray, my daily meditation and everything like that, I pray to God. And today, like, I always thought it was like Jesus, like the God in church and Catholic church. And I go to church today, and I'm like, I look up at, Jesus Christ on the cross, and I'm feeling everything go around me. And I'm like, he's not my higher power. That was like a weird, like, I call my higher power God. It's a feeling I get when I pray. That's what I've told people from the beginning. I don't know what it is. It's just a feeling I get when I pray. And that's what I hold on to. But it's weird because I always envisioned, like, Jesus, on the cross. And, like, that being who I pray to. And I'm like, feeling around, like, the energy around the room. And I'm like, I dig it, but this is not who I've been praying to, It was a weird thing. I don't know. It's a very spiritual plane, I guess you could say. But it was pretty cool to feel. I got some comments of, saying, like, I shouldn't bash Suboxone or any type of medication, which I don't. Suboxone has saved one of my good friend's lives for 3 years, and she's still on it. It's just something that I couldn't do. I couldn't take prescription normally. You know what I mean? Like, I would take 8 milligrams this day, but then I would take 16 another day. And, I didn't have health insurance at the time. I didn't have a way of getting them on a consistent basis legally. So I was buying them off the street, not knowing when I was going to be able to get them or when I wasn't. And it just pissed me off that here I am, because I'm not on a regimen, I'm getting sick again. So to me, it was like, well, why not just shoot dope, then get sick? So I was upset at myself that here I am, not shooting heroin, but I'm a slave to another disease, like not a disease, to another drug. It pissed me off that here I am at, I think I was 25, I had to sit here being a slave to another drug, and not my drug of choice. And it pissed me off. And I appreciate everybody that has commented since that video. If you're struggling, it gets better. It does. The withdrawal, oh my God, let's talk about the withdrawal. A month, no sleep. Straight month. I maybe slept maybe a week total in a month. It was horrific. That was probably the worst part for me, after like a good week of, the shakes and the chills and stuff like that, and the yawning. I'm not withdrawing now. That just made me think of the yawning. But yeah, like, it sucks. It sucks. But how bad do you want it? That's it. I mean, like, if you are done, you're beaten up enough, you have nothing left in you, to the point where, like, I thought I was gonna die a junkie and I was okay with it. You don't have to feel that way. I promise you, you don't. You really, really don't. You're not alone. Just reach out to someone. Get to a meeting. Any meeting. Like, just, you can do it. You could change your life around. It doesn't have to be like this. It's a process, But I'm happy I gave myself a chance. And I'm happy I watched a lot of videos online. 'Cause that got me through a lot. But I just wanted to like reach out and thanks to everybody that did watch the video and had amazing things to say. I just wanted to give an update on, you know, how I was doing. Still sticking it out, you know, and let's pray for all the ones that are still sick and suffering out there, and the ones that we have lost today. Bye.